because science and nature are coming quite close to each other. I remember I was invited by a Nobel laureate, you must have heard, Dr. Raman, C.V. Raman, who has study on Raman rays. So his wife invited me in 1942 for lunch, so which I accepted, because at 1 o'clock, and she said, you come a little early, my husband comes from he is very busy, and he comes from his institute at 1 o'clock, very correctly, and stays here 30 minutes. Yes. So I was there. So he asked me a question. First, a little bit he said, you come with me after lunch to my institute, what research I am doing. So he took me there after lunch, and he showed me one peacock feather. He said, this peacock feather, I am doing research for the last 39 years just on the peacock feather. And what was the research? That it doesn't lose its colors. Peacock feather, even for 100 years, it doesn't lose the color. So I wonder what varnish or some substitute or something the nature has used on this color of the peacock feather, so it doesn't fade out. So once we come to know our things, our colors will never fade of the paintings which go away for after 1,000 years or 500 very precious paintings we have lost. And if we have some glory or some kind of varnish to be painted on the colors, and we will retain in the same position as the nature is keeping the colors intact, you see. So the question he asked was, what I do, I bring it on the table in my lab and show these are the benefits as he showed this thing. I prove to the people like this thing. But you people belonging to spirituality, you speak about God, but you don't bring him to the lab, nor you speak about, nor you show him to everybody as I do. You come to my institute, all are welcome to see. They can study also. But all the people of spirituality, I have spoken to many people, he said, and they don't, not able to answer my question. Who is God? What is the benefit of God? Who is he? Where does he come from? Where does he live? Like this is a question nobody answers. So I told him, I will tell you, even on the lab, I will bring him on the lab and show you, everybody can see. He says, in my house, God only lives in the kitchen of my wife, in which area I am not allowed to go. So I don't restrict her. So there's God, and then side by side in the anteroom, a worship hall. So he meets saints, and many people come to our house also. But this question remained unanswered. I say, Dr. Raman, look, you are speaking to me. And when someone goes away, someone dies, his body is intact, you see. His body remains the same. There's no change. As far as now the scientists, before dying, few seconds before death, they have put the body into the glass box and then weighed it on the scale. After few seconds, when this man is dead, there was no change of the weight, but this man is now dead. So the soul, whatever it is, which left the body, and this man is now dead. But this has no weight. So they have been doing this research also. What is the weight of the soul? Anyway, they are doing something. I hope they will be successful one day. So they are trying. The science is trying because always apples fell on the ground. Always. Even before the birth of Newton, the apples fell. They didn't go towards the sky. But it was Newton who found the gravitational pull of the earth, you see. Therefore, we now know there is gravitation in the earth that the apples have to fall on the ground. So these things we are here to discuss, and many other things will come in the middle. So it's a very interesting subject for me also, you see. I have collected a lot of literature on this thing. This thing and also reincarnations, you may or may not be interested in it, but I can apprise you of the fact what science is doing about this thing. Science is doing about this meditation also, and this is one what you read today, but many years ago there was a team of psychologists, parapsychologists, physicists, chemists, and everybody was there, a team comprising of 20 people. But I was in the States. When they came to Rishikesh, they wanted to know what is the state of the mind in meditation. In meditation. What the mind is doing, and they brought with them EEG to apply when a man is sleeping, and they had they had gone in all the ashrams of Rishikesh, of many other places in India. They were very humbly request the Swami of the ashram, we do not know the state of the mind in meditation. So if you don't mind, we have an appliance which we will apply. You may sit, stand, lie down. We simply want to see the state of mind. And they found none of the Swamis of any ashram was quiet, you see, learning something, and they are making graph, you see, with this thing. With EEG, graph was there. And one Swami there, he also offered, they went to every ashram. So they offered, why they came here? Because they wanted to train the astronauts which are going to moon. They say when they return back to the earth, they are not able to reply our questions. Something is disturbed in their mind. So we hear people in India, if they are in samadhi, some yogic trance, so we want to train those people who are next going to moon so that they tell us what is there on the moon. They don't reply, they say we forgot it, you see. So we want to train them so that they remember what is the surface and what is the valley, if there is water or food or growth, like this thing. So we want to study. So none of the Swami offered himself who was quiet. And recently they were guided to see some Swami who has no ashram, living by the bank of Ganga. His name was Swami Ram. You must have heard. They have taken him to California to train those people in yogic exercises. To him they also went, and he was watering his plants himself. So they requested, and Swamiji, we have come here for this purpose, and you may sit in meditation. No problem. I am watering the plants. You can apply your EEG and see. And they did it, and this man was quiet even while watering the plants, you see. So this man is now there training some people who will go next to the moon, you see. So this information I give to you. What effort do you make to open your eyes and see? And what effort do you make to close the eyes? Every 2-3 seconds you are closing the eyes and opening the eyes, and you are not even mindful how this activity is going on. Is it effort or without effort? Without effort. Now what are your trouble then? Because I have now told you to be still, therefore you need effort to be still even. So to keep quiet, to be still, to be happy, to see love and beauty, you don't have to make any efforts. And simply stay like this thing, only don't worry. That's what I say. Don't worry. You are happy. If you worry, and this object of your worry must be of the past, isn't it? Why you show your limbs? Tongue, you need tongue to speak, you see, and then speak through the tongue, and the tongue will never get fatigued. It can speak, I will listen, I will reply, that's all. Like this flow must be like the flow of the river, you see. But if you make a wall in front of the river, naturally it will break the wall and break the banks, and there will be flood in the villages, you see. So let it flow, you see, like this thing. Don't obstruct it, and you flow with it, you see. Don't create a barrage on it, you see.